The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is David Palmer, the Leo King, and we are here for Deep Love Tarot, your weekly love reading, not only with the astrology and the tarot, for this week of January the 20th through the 26th of 2020. It's kind of weird saying that, January 2020. Wow, there's a lot of 20s in there. Anyways, if you've never watched the show before, this is an awesome show brought to you by highvibe.tv, where we go into the love of your life and, of course, with all the signs. But mainly, check out highvibe.tv for all the exclusive content with daily video horoscopes, weekly sun sign horoscopes that I do and other awesome people on highvibe.tv do as well. Especially if you want to find out what's just going on in your whole entire life and with all the crazy energy in the cosmos of today. Make sure that you subscribe today to highvibe.tv. I'm here with Craig Skidmore of highvibe.tv. What's cracking?
What up? What up? Yeah, I mean, I use HighVibe every day. It's been helping me navigate my life ever since I came on board. So big ups to everyone that's doing their thing on the platform, and including myself.
You just did a podcast with Jax, right?
Yep. Did a little talk. It's about an hour long. We recorded that on Friday, so it is up now on HighVibe under the podcasts. You can search podcasts. You can scroll down a little bit and find it, or you can just type in my name, Craig Skidmore.
I know, and actually, we do the show on Mondays, but for people that didn't know, our full disclosure show that Craig and I do on Wednesdays was badass this last week. We actually got a lot of good comments from it.
We did. I mean, we got a little bit into Jesus Christ.
Well, I think we got in a lot more than that, but yeah, I guess we don't want to disclose it all, but we were talking past lives and some of our past life journeys, and then that switched into some really weird places. Let's just say that.
Well, that's a good thing about having the platform, is we can do and say whatever the hell it is that we want to.
That is very true. Well, we have a big week. It's the Chinese New Year, and rats are about to take over the world, baby. We're leaving the pig this week. We got a new moon in Aquarius this week. Woo! And we got to say, we are doing spiritual dance music live in the studio. If you want to hang out and dance on a Friday night, tickets are available now, $20. Go to highvibe.tv if you're in the LA, Orange County area, or San Diego. Or, it's crazy because people do come from all over America and the world and fly for this show that we do here. So,
good music, good vibes, nice light. We got some fog.
We do. Craig does a masterful job of setting it up for me. It's like a dream.
I'm going to have to agree with that. It looks pretty badass here.
It does. So if you want to dance out for this Chinese New Year and it being the new moon in Aquarius, and we do have another ticket option to hang out earlier with me in the new High Vibe Lounge that was built over the last couple weeks with the VR, and also if you want to see how I get all the music together before and so forth, and kick it and talk some astrology and stuff, maybe throw some cards around, we have a VIP ticket that's $50 available to hang out prior, but we do have $20 general admission. Hang out for the whole time and have a good time with us, and we're going to be throwing just an awesome spiritual dance party. So
yeah, and of course, if you can't make it, it will be streamed live on YouTube and on the app. YouTube sometimes censors it because of the tracks that are played, but it'll always be up there for you.
Yes, it will.
Always.
So new moon week, relationship. I'm calling this week the week of a soap opera. because we are in Aquarius now. Thank God. We just spent the last 30 days in Capricorn with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, and the South Node, and eclipses. Oh my gosh. So the sun coming into Aquarius is like a relief, but it's going to square Uranus this week. And Uranus is in Taurus. All the planets are direct. So we are talking about things that are going to feel like you're in an intersection that just is all the cars at once meeting. You know, like in relationship. Remember that Uranus deals with people. So this is going to be pretty wild. And Mars and Venus this week are making a square, and Neptune will be involved. So when we come, this whole week is a buildup of Mars, and it's normal speed, and Venus is faster, but there is Mars catching up here to Venus, because remember, Venus is starting to slow down a little bit, because Venus is ready to come retrograde here in May. So
there's creeping around the corner.
Exactly. Mars is coming, you know, Mars is coming for that girl, right? Like, you know, that it's the goddess, you know, and there's that warrior going, and it's about to make a major square. Now, this is also, I mean, I'm going to talk about this more in deep astrology tomorrow, but it's like, remember that Mars and Venus met in the summer when they were meeting in Leo, and then they technically met in the very beginning of Virgo. This is the first square point of that. And so this is a lot of tension of relationship aspects, just because Saturn and Pluto just finally finished the 82 through 83 cycle in Libra. Now that's Capricorn. Now we have Mars and Venus here in Pisces and Sag, and with Neptune and Venus, right? This is wild adventures. This is wild storylines. This is magical stories. This is also some Romeo and Juliet shit to, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a really bad breakup.
Some faded cross lovers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, actually. Maybe a little. And, you know, it's kind of funny. The stories that's been playing out with like the Megxit, Meghan, you know, and Harry. But then there's the whole Brad and Angelina thing, and I called that in my magazine last year.
What, they're getting back together?
Well, they're not technically back together, but it's being played like, are they going to get back together? And I predicted that a year and like a half ago in August of 2018 when I wrote it. I'm like, I looked at Angelina's chart, I looked at Brad's chart, and I'm like, these two are going to maybe realize that they were the ones for each other. And then you know what? I did say, and I've said it to you, I think too, Craig, just personally, that I never have trusted Meghan. I've thought that she was in it for the money. And last night, Harry spoke, you know, as his goodbyes and was like really upset, not happy. And the only person that's been happy through this whole thing has been Meghan. So I know at first I kind of was like, you know what? Maybe it's good. They're not going to be royals to do the thing. But I got a feeling that she's using him. I just got a feeling about that.
She's digging her claws in there. Well, she already got him caught. So
yeah,
she's in there like swimwear.
We don't need tea on this show for talking about some drama. We got Sprite. We're good.
I've got some high quality H2O back here.
So if nobody's ever watched the show before, we are going to go into the collective reading first, and then we do pull the individual sun signs here with the red high vibe cup. So you never know what sign's coming up, and don't forget about those astro dice that we roll. And today we have a new deck we're using. We're using Dreams of Gaia deck. I've actually had this deck for a year, and I've never used it. It's sat on my house.
There we go.
It's sat at my house, but it's a beautiful deck. I mean, it is a really beautiful deck.
I mean, even the box that you had.
Yeah, no, you know what? At first I was like, I don't know if I like this deck. And so it's been one of those, you know, it's been on my coffee. It's like a coffee table deck, right? When people come to my house, they're like, look at how beautiful this deck is. And I'm always like, yeah, it's a very nice deck. I don't ever use it in my head, you know. And I actually picked it up a couple weeks ago. And then I was like, you know what? This deck's calling to me. New life, new year, new decade. And I am a rat, so I am looking forward to this rat time. So let's get into this collective reading. It is the new moon. Like I said, it is Chinese New Year coming up. We are resetting the Chinese cycle. Then on top of that, it is a new moon, but we're squaring Uranus. So we are in Aquarius, which rules Uranus and people, and trying to get out of this heavy energy. But part of it, I think, is we've come in with a lot of heavy energy. And now this Uranus energy, and especially this Aquarius energy, is like freedom or connection. I need to find it. I have been through, right? Like, you know, it's like I've been through heaviness. Everybody's been through heaviness. But it's going to bring a lot of drama with that. And then you have Mars and Venus squaring, which brings tension, which brings passion. but it also can bring blowouts. So I think there's going to be a lot of breakups and a lot of coming together, and it could even happen simultaneously, like big time this week for love. This is definitely soap opera week. So
I'm loving it. I just saw this Lydia over in the chat. She's eating some drumsticks right now. I'm quite jealous of that. Drumsticks are very underrated when it comes to desserts. Very underrated.
are we talking about like the drumstick ice cream?
I think so. It says eating some drumsticks with an ice cream cone next to it.
Oh, well then I would assume that that would be it.
Yeah.
So
Lydia's
drumsticks are very underrated because they're really good. The best is once you get to the bottom of the little ice cream and the chocolate at the bottom with the cone.
Yep.
Woo!
I'm about that life.
I think that we all can find that with love this week, but I think that at the same time, right when you might get right there, you think that you got to it, like it could break apart and then, if it wasn't supposed to be. That's a weird way to look at it. So let's pull the cards for what we see for the collective this week. First card that we got is, wow, the Eight of Swords. You know what? Toxic relationships this week have got to go. And this is a love reading. So anybody that is really holding back fully, you're going to be aware of that. Or if you don't want to be around somebody and it makes you feel like you're trapped, like you're in some really horrible place, or they're toxic for your life, they're bad for your environment, they may even make you feel sick. They might even like your body look bad. Like that's one weird thing. But always this card has to deal with toxic waters, and it's almost like you cannot be blind to it anymore. And you don't want to wait till the toxic waters hit your feet and burn your feet off. And then you're like, ow, that really hurts. That's not a time to go, oh, I'm ready to look at this toxic situation now in relationships. But this also brings up, and I will be honest with you, so if there's singles out there, like, I don't have a toxic relationship. Well, you want to go back to the past? You want to bring back that past lover because you're a little bored and you want to Netflix and chill?
Yes, kind of.
You don't want to have no fucking alien babies, do you?
I kind of fell back into that trap. It's all right.
Wait, what did you say?
I've hitting up past lovers because I was bored. You know what I mean? Sometimes that happens.
You know what? We're all. I don't even want to say victim or guilty because I don't know if that's a bad thing to. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But I'm saying that this week, bad news bears. And
stay off the phone, everybody. Stay away from your phone.
To be honest with you, I didn't watch football this year, but then I was like, wow, the 49ers are in the Super Bowl? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, they kicked the shit out of Green Bay.
So, I wish, we live here in California. I love California. I'm stoked that the 49ers are in there, but I'm really not happy with San Francisco right now and how they're treating this state. So, no toxic energy, or if you're in a relationship that's toxic, and you know what? Everybody seems to be right now, from what I am just exploring through the spiritual community and through people I know. Maybe this is just only in LA or in America. I don't know. But everybody seems to be kind of like in between or not sure of where everybody is in partnerships, right? If you're not in one, right? Or maybe you're in one, but you're not in one or something. I know some people that are kind of on the fence, or they're not in a title anymore, or this is where anyone that is toxic or throwing toxic shit at you, like hurling, like exorcism, like throwing up green pea soup on you, like run. The challenge card that we got for this week is the air. So communication is going to be the issue, whether people are not telling you things. Ooh. Especially because we're going to have to play with this toxic energy here. Eight of Swords, and swords are air energy, but and communication and so forth, but in mental energy. But the air card, to have that one as our challenge, we're definitely going to be dealing with communication errors, not speaking maybe when we should, or mentally assuming things that we shouldn't. Maybe we could even be misinterpreting what is toxic. We might be projecting too, right? Because a projection is a mental projection, usually subconscious, but I see that as like a toxic mental thing. So this could be projection, but this could also be fears, right? Like fears in the mind of moving out of a toxic situation. Like, oh, I don't know if I can, or maybe there's an attachment still. There's something weird about the Eight of Swords, because it's almost like she wants to leave, like it's a horrible situation in place, but then there's something weird about her kind of like stuck there. Like it's almost like she's kind of into bondage.
Well, then that'd be a good situation.
And you know what? There might be a lot of bondage shit going on right now. What do you think?
About bondage or about the card that you got there?
Both.
I think that they both are consumed correctly. That they're a very magical situation with a safe word. Always safe word.
Safe word. Let's see what the new deck. We haven't brought this deck ever into these readings before.
Dun dun dun.
The overall card we got is the Father. Wow. So, oh my God, I'm going to lose it. This is actually the Emperor card in like tarot. So, there is something to say about this card because I think that we have to find where our most empowerment is. If we're in relationships that are not making us feel empowered in ourselves and they're not empowering people, then what's the word? I know does that sound bad, dude?
That if you're not empowering people?
No, if like you're with somebody who's not empowering in themselves so they don't make you feel like you're empowering yourself too, like...
Yeah, I mean, it can always be a tough situation if you're in a relationship and you're the one that's holding all the weight of the water, you know? If you're leading the way every single time, that can be extremely tiring. It's not beneficial to either side of you.
What do you feel like? To me, I feel like when I look at this, I'm like, if you're with a loser, game over.
Yeah, it's going to bring you down too.
Because having the Emperor show up, or the Father in this case, which I think is hilarious with the bondage thing and all this shit. Maybe there's people with, daddy issues or whatever. And that goes for male or female or whatever you are. That there's something to say, though, about the Emperor that gets to where it is, not because it just was given or ordained that by blood. Like it had to get the woo of the people. It had to stay structured. It had to stay, empowered and believing in itself. And it connects. Also, it has animals always with it. Like there's this like connecting with, it's not narcissistic either. It's actually empowered in itself, and it knows how to get everybody to like it in a certain way. So, but I feel that this is about anybody who's got that loser energy or vibe, like that's gotta go, or is toxic, or is continuing to keep you in bad habits or bad energies or bad mental states, or to where you have to, air card in the challenge position is where you have to lie or you have to do dark stuff. Like you gotta get rid of that this week. I'm gonna put a clarifier on, we're gonna use your Morgan Greer clarify on the Eight of Swords. It's the King of Cups. Yeah, I'd say that we're feeling stuck in positions that where we might be getting some weird sadistic empowerment emotionally, even though it might not be empowering us the right way emotionally and feeling secure emotionally. I think that we have to re-understand where we feel secure emotionally and if it's coming from a good place or a bad place. The clarification on the Emperor card is the Eight of Cups upright. So you have to take the power now to leave the situations. There's a lot about leaving. This Eight of Swords and this Eight of Cups. You got two eights there with the King of Cups and the Emperor. So, and with the air in the middle, I think a lot of it is not so crazy as you think it is in the mind. It's just about whether or not you're going to do it or not. Our overall card to get over all this is the Capricorn card. You got to make a big decision. You got to be a grown up now. And you got to have goals. And if your relationships have no goal, if you're in a relationship or you're choosing somebody who has no goal, or you don't have a similar goal, or you're not on the same path, like what are you doing? And it's time to grow up. It's time to make big decisions. This is big girl, big boy week. We did get the Father too. We got the King of Cups. This is stepping into your power this week. This is like no more dealing with I don't even know what to say, but you know what I mean? The
juvenile outlook.
No, you know what I was going to say? The scrubs.
Yeah, you don't want no scrubs.
We got the Moon in the first house. I mean, yeah, we are having to think about our own emotional needs. And Cancer. Oh my gosh. So look at that. Cancer, Moon in the first. So we got to think about our emotional needs and what we need and who we are and what we need to be. Because if we are able to do that, we are going to thrive right now. But again, if you're putting your emotions outside of yourself about a situation that's not good for you, and that's where you're putting it, it's not going to be good for you because you're taking on somebody else's shit. So you got to this is all about putting the emotions in what you want. This is about, you need to make a choice on what you want now. Maybe it not is like an exact person. Could be though, very much with all these cards. But if it's just the energy of, hey, this is what I want, bam. I'm not dealing with this kind of shit no more. This is like
that no more.
No more. No more.
Not up in here.
Not here. I'm going to make this easier now and actually sort the cards so I'm not.
It's okay.
Right?
It doesn't take much time.
People don't realize that
I get to relive the night before.
After the show, I'm like a toddler and I leave a really bad mess.
That is true.
So I'm growing up. We got Libras first, so I guess they're the toddlers this week. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn.
Woo!
Oh, Libras,
I'll even throw the Libra. Well, I think I made it rain a couple weeks ago, but
we've got a.
That was your recommendation, though.
What? Making it rain?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes you got to get wet.
You told me make it rain. Make it rain. You were like, make it rain. I was like, all right. Making it rain with the zodiac signs.
All right. I've tracked down the Libra symbol.
You've tracked. So yeah, Libra's got a lot going on, actually.
Bam.
You know, this week, Libra's got this Aquarius energy, which is the love energy. It's the 5th house of love. And Mercury's here with the sun, and it's squaring Uranus in the 8th. Ooh, bow. It's the edgy, passionate, sexual. But it's like, that's the question, Libra. Are you really into what you want, or are you denying yourself? You need to kind of break into your true sense of depth. We have a dark moon in Capricorn this week before the new moon in your 5th house of romance. So you're going to have to get through some of the emotional blocks, especially sexually, or if something's missing, or, you know, you need to not be afraid to allow your true passions to come out and really go towards those, you know? So this is definitely a time to step fully into what your true passion is, and to not be afraid to be like, I'm not into it, or I'm really into it. And I think it's pretty much, you know, that's a very Libra situation, right? Like balance in that way. So your cards for this week, you got the Fool card. You know, people think the Fool card's a bad card. I think it's one of the best cards in the deck. It is the first card, it is the 0 card. It is the card of our journey in life, and to enjoy life, and to be in a place where it just feels so much fun. Like you're running around with a dog, but at any moment, of course, the Fool card can run off a cliff because not paying attention to the reality or just to awareness. So I think that this week it's like, have fun and be aware, but also I think that you need to be aware of like, okay, has this been so much goodness, or it could be either side, but I feel with this Fool card, you really need to find the true enjoyment instead of like, this is about being naive. I think that this week is like, are you naive? Are you in a place where you're holding yourself back for something great? Or are you playing with things that maybe you shouldn't be playing with, or trying? And you got the relief card as your challenge. So, you know what? I think that, you know, you want things to be easy. And I think that you want whatever's going on in whatever situation you're in. When you're single, in a relationship, you're like, I don't want anything to go off. I don't want to change anything. I kind of like the way things are. But this relief, the challenge is like, you know what? Maybe the relief is in actually doing what you think is what not you want to happen. And that might have came out weird, but
it was a little weird, but I think the point got across.
The point, yeah. I mean, I might be the fool at the moment, but there's definitely this energy of like, you can now actually get the true relief by not being the fool and by not being naive, and actually finding the true essence of the journey that you want in your love life this week, instead of like finding safety and security in things that are almost there, but not all the way there. You did get the Queen of Air reversed. Wow, look at, she's pretty crazy. So this would be the Queen of Swords. You know what? There's something to say about that. Actually, the factual information of where you think things are going. Maybe you need to rehash all these love situations. Maybe you need to rehash your relationship a little bit, as far as getting a little bit clear on substance, getting a little bit clear of, you know, what's really going on. Like, I think that you're clear on this fact of like, whatever is just safe and working and good, but what about all the other things that you could have in your life to make it more? you did pull the sun card, spirit card, as the way to get through the relief. You need to focus on the true essence of your soul. And that's what I was getting originally with the Fool card. Like, are you in a situation where you've kind of compromised your soul a little bit? I'm getting that with the Queen of Swords in reverse. I'm getting that with the Fool card, and especially with that relief as the challenge. Like, the challenge is like, well, you know, I'm relieved that I've got something, or at least I've got my understanding of whatever the situation is in your love life right now, whether you're single or whatever. But this Queen of Swords reversed to me really gets me as your overall. Like, it's like, this is saying you're not thinking straight. The facts are not making sense. And you already are aware of that, but maybe you're the fool of that. And you're like, I don't want to deal with that. I'll pull one clarifier on that Queen of Swords. And oh, wow, you pulled the Devil card. Oh, you are definitely hungrier than you are putting out to that person or to the world, and you need to feed that hunger and just have some limitations with that. But especially with this Mars-Venus square, and especially with this Uranus in your 8th house that's being squared by the new moon in your 5th house. This is where passion needs to be all the way there. You can't be dealing with, oh, it's kind of there. It's a little bit there. I mean, when he takes Viagra, it's good.
Whatever it takes.
North Node, 11th house, Virgo. You know, you have other people in the social situations in the world of different realities that you need to maybe look at. Maybe you need to start looking. I don't want to say to compare and contrast other people, but maybe Virgo energy comes in for this Libra to be like, hey, look at the world out there and maybe look at the realities a little bit differently. Like, sometimes you have to. I mean, Total Recall, the movie, was all about, you know, going into a reality, kind of like virtual reality today. Maybe put on some virtual reality goggles and see what else is out there just in like other worlds. But it's almost like with your relationships, maybe it's okay to just like, you know, maybe you're sitting at lunch with your girlfriend, or if you're a guy with your dudes or whatever, and put that like goggle on, Libra, and kind of look around and be like, look at that couple, or look at that person. Like, what would it be like with them? Is that what I would want more? Or am I missing out on that because I'm holding back because I'm still dealing with a past emotional situation? Like, you, Libra, have some serious shit to get to the bottom of.
You hear that, Libras? Check yourself.
Check yourself.
No, but I mean, it's always tough to maybe leave a relationship and then not wanting to second guess yourself, but knowing that maybe you messed up, or being stuck in a relationship that you don't want to be into. Whether it is, you got to look at it plain and simple and just pick a side and move in that direction.
I agree with you 100%. I think that's just as cool as Pisces. But I think that it's sensitive, and that's what Pisces rules anyways. Like, right? We all are sensitive people. I think you bring up a great point. It's not easy. But I think that, you know, for Libras, it's like, how much longer are you going to keep pulling that card? Or these cards, should we say, if we were going to like make it kind of an analogy. But like, where's the point to where you finally, especially with all its Aquarius, rebel in a good way, or free yourself, or connect to what you really want to connect with? It would be a lot like getting used to having your house with all the lights on, and now you got used to candles because you didn't pay your electric bill. And then finally the electricity comes on. You're almost like, well, I like the candles better. And then it's like, well, actually it would have been nice to wash my clothes the last month. Now you can turn on the you know, all the things that you need, you know what I mean? And then you're like, oh wait, actually it's a little nice to have electricity.
So ironically, the light went out in my bathroom actually, but I have a skylight and I haven't replaced it. It's been out for like a month because it actually is nice. During the day, I get that natural through the sunlight coming through the top. And then at nighttime, I still get that radiant light because we are in Los Angeles, you know, so it almost has that candle ambiance, and I'm just rolling with it.
That's, you know what? You could pull girls with that, dude. Be like,
come into my bathroom.
Did you hear, like, I think Brad Pitt last night, his award, he was like, I need to put this on my Tinder profile. You could put, if you're on a dating app, you could be like, come into my natural skylight bathroom with the city of LA lights that light it and feel like a candle ambiance.
I do have a bathtub also.
And it comes with a bath.
Extra large bath. It's right next to the
Extra
toilet.
large bathtub. The towel was only used once or twice too. It's got my body odor
Format
over it.
is super
It's got my
clean
body
right now.
odor on that towel. Like, you're gonna want that.
There's no
You're gonna want
activated
to go
charcoal
home with that
spilt on the
smell.
ground, I promise.
Oh my God, Pisces.
They're ready. I got it up there.
Oh yeah, they are ready. They've
I'm
been
on
waiting.
point
They've
tonight.
been sitting there like. I feel that. You know, Aquarius, remember, is the 12th house. So the new moon in the 12th is, you're a little bit realizing, okay, where am I going now? Which is a typical Pisces thing, but now it's really like, where in the hell am I going? Mars in the 10th house, Venus here in your sign with Neptune getting squared. I think that this is about direction of your life and how it could go more in a place that you want. And all the Capricorn and a dark moon in Capricorn this week is, are you associating around the right groups and the right people? Because I think that, you know, part of the relationship energies, if you're in one or if Pisces are single, you got to look at the group of people you're hanging around and if they are feeding the energy to where you want to go in your long-term life. But for romantic wise, like, are they feeding in the right people? There's also social media, right? Like, there might be Pisces out there that are addicted to, if we were going to bring up Tinder or something, and they're like, okay, like, nothing's working on Tinder. It's like, well, maybe you should stop looking on Tinder. Maybe you should talk to your girlfriends or your guy friends or whatever and just be like, what's going on? Go out. And then, you know, you meet somebody out in a different place that you've never been before. Pisces are being asked to expand places they've never been before because Uranus in the 3rd house is saying that there's a way more stimulating life out there for you, Pisces. Stop trying to do the same thing and having a control and understanding the world. Because that's what Capricorn 11th house is. Pisces, of course a fish likes a fish tank. It has an understanding of the world it's in. But when you jump out of the fish tank, fish out of water, Marco Polo, there's a weird feeling. And it feels kind of good. And you could actually move to other pools. Because that was the secret in swim team was you'd be in the pool and Marco Polo, and then you'd fish out of water without them hearing, and you'd run into like the baby pool. And then they'd be like, I'm in the water still.
I love the color game.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
For everybody that doesn't know, the color game is when there is one individual standing outside of the pool, and you pick your favorite color, and everyone else is in the pool. And when they call out your color, you got to swim to the other side without them catching you. Fun fact.
Yes. And do you remember that when we used to play Marco Polo, we were gangsters. We like had goggles people had to put on with like black tape and stuff. Like you could not see. Like we didn't trust people with their whole, I'm keeping my eyes closed. Or did you guys not do that at Green Tree?
I mean, we just didn't even wear goggles because we don't need that type of weak stuff with us.
I didn't wear goggles either. You know that. I'm saying, though, in the game, we took goggles because we thought goggles were
You wore goggles with bifocals in them.
Well, no. The only goggles I wore were the ones that, the plastic, the good ones. What were those called?
The socket rockets?
Yeah. Well, they didn't have any.
Rocket sockets?
They had no softness. They were just, with the two bands and just.
I don't know. I was so fast. I just got in and out, and then I just won the races, and I was out of the pool. I didn't even need goggles.
Yeah, at 7 and 8.
Well, sometimes you got to peak athletically. I just happened to peak athletically at age 10. It happens to us all at one point or another. Mine just came a little early. It's okay.
Yeah. Yep,
I got my records in while I had it.
I still got records, but mine are like, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Sharks and minnows was a good one, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pisces and sharks and minnows, let's see if you have any sharks or if you have any blowfish or if you have any, what's a good fish? A puffer fish or something?
Yeah, puffer fish.
You got the strength card reversed. So I would say that this week, having this card pop up right away as your love reading, it's like, I think that you've kind of lost confidence in love right now. And I think that a lot of that is, it's not about confidence so much as, I think that the second something happens, Pisces, it's like instantly like, I just can't, or this isn't going the way I want to. And there's an easy way to back out. And you could even be in a relationship and you're just like, well, I'm just going to avoid the relationship situation for a minute or 2 minutes or 2 days or 2 weeks. This strength card is about grace and about when things show up, it's about knowing how to harness strength and tame it. This means that you're untamed. So either you're trying too hard and then it doesn't go your way and then you back out, or you're losing the confidence and you're untamed with that. It's like, well, this isn't working, so I'm giving up, and then it's creating this kind of like story that is not good, and I think that you got to get over that. Also, it's about if you have partners or you're choosing partners that are not strong in themselves, or they don't have I think that Pisces really need strong people around them right now with Mars in the 10th. And this is the last time you're going to see Mars in the 10th house, for a couple years, right? So this is we're already going to be halfway through at the end of this weekend. So you really need to have people that know their strength and know and I think that that's an attractive quality for you to look for, is when people don't back down from themselves, or they don't follow your every move in a weird way. Because I think Pisces are like kind of dealing probably with a lot of weaker energies or weaker people, and it's probably a turnoff right now. Your challenge card is the Talisman. All right, so I think that one of the issues here is, again, with the Strength card reverse and this Talisman, it's almost like you're not feeling like you're getting any options, or that you don't have a way to unlock these special doorways that you really want to unlock. But that's just you backing out. Like, if you're backing out or you're not having confidence, of course you're going to not feel like you can open up these special doorways, or that you're part of some special energy coming in with love. You're going to have to remove those blocks. This is a week about you removing blocks, and also picking people who really don't have the keys to nothing. And especially if they're scrub and they don't have keys to their own car because they don't have a car. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this, and I know some people might be out there and be like, but it's like right now where Pisces are at, I'm sorry to say, they can't afford that in themselves. They need people with strength. They need people with confidence. And they also need people that aren't going to back down. And themselves, they need to not back down, because they're going to, by backing down, they're going to attract a partner who's kind of lost, and then is going to be backing down on them. That's the energy that they'll continue to put out. You did pull, wow, the 5 of, this card is a weird one.
Why don't you show it to the people?
Well, no, it's the 5 of Swords, but it's reversed. It's like you're not trying hard enough. But it's like, it's so weird on how on this one, it's like, see how she's like kind of blinded, and
you gotta hold it up more.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
She's like kind of blinded, but then she's like holding on to that mask, and she's willing to take the mask off. This deck actually is a little different than the traditional Rider-Waite, so I'm going to kind of play with this a little more. I feel like you're afraid to be vulnerable, and that's the strength issue. It's okay if you're not perfect. And I think that you need to try harder to just be yourself and just be accepting of yourself. That's where you got to try harder on. That's how you're going to unlock what you really want in your love life. You did pull, the North Node of life purpose. I think that you need to believe that, you know what, if things are destined, they're going to work out. And I think that you need to focus on that more. Focus on where your purpose is in your own life, and then focus on that when you're on that path and you're on that life, guess what? Relationships are going to work out. With this strength reversed, with this energy of vulnerability that I think is coming out, you need to also stop wearing the mask of the life in how you're trying to live it. It's not working anymore. There's some sort of mask that's trying to keep your strength up, but it's not working. Let people see behind that, and you'll step into your true life purpose. You did pull the Sag moon in the 4th house. So you need to expand your emotional and believe and have hope again emotionally, because I think that that's been the issue, is you've lost hope. Your beliefs about your emotional positions aren't in the right place. And this week you got to put that in a much better place. And you also need to pick partners this week, or you need to be with your partnerships. You need to bring the positive aspects. So you need to either rehash things with people, or you need to bring positive emotional aspects to things. And you also want to not try and believe, maybe especially what other people might be feeling without actually experiencing the people's feelings one-on-one. This is where people can believe, like, I already know how that person feels, or I already know how I feel, but you haven't experienced anything yet. You got to go through experience to know.
Well, it's almost like, to an extent, that maybe they need to stand in their own strength. Maybe they've been portraying themselves as someone that they actually are not to the people that are closest to them. And unable to actually better yourself and better the people around you, you have to live in that truth. You cannot be hiding anymore.
You sounded a little Game of Thrones or something right there.
You know, I was looking at myself in the reflection, and I was like, felt very noble as I was saying that.
I felt it. I was like, whoa, fuck. Oh. Maybe it was my Gemini North Node, but Geminis are next.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why I feel like I'm watching some Game of Thrones character or something, or I don't know, or some.
What day of the week is it? Where are we?
It's Monday.
Oh, yeah. Is it? Was it Deep Love Tarot Monday?
It's Deep Love Tarot Monday.
Damn.
Fuck, man.
All right.
Craig's throwing out Game of Thrones, Persona.
Boom. Look at that, Gemini. 1 point.
So Gemini's got, they're finally getting out of this kind of crazy 8th house energy with all the Capricorn stuff, which was very intense. It's very edgy. But the sun going into the 9th house now with the new moon here, square Uranus in the 12th is bringing up, this is a little bit actually what we saw with the Pisces, with the cards, but actually in the astrology, Geminis are going to be dealing with some jack-in-the-boxes in their spiritual life subconsciously about negative belief systems. Because when we're having a new moon and it's squaring Uranus in the 12th house and it's a 9th house new moon, and with Mars in their 7th house relationship squaring Venus in their 10th house of their career, this is where it could be public relationship stuff to business relationship stuff, or people in the relationships like not working with their vibe or their business. But the main thing is this belief thing, and also subconscious tendencies to subliminally, in their weird way, self-sabotage through negative belief structures. A dark moon in the 8th house could be going up for, like going dark emotionally, and so you got to watch your feelings this week, Gemini, because it's not an easy one. And you got to watch the ability to not go into escapism this week. And also maybe escapism in a relationship, like calling a hooker or something, like not going to be a good thing, So like,
that's when you want to go back into the Rolodex and find some not strange, something comforting. Not strange, comforting.
Well, you know what? In today's world, I don't think people call hookers, but I think that past exes are hookers. Because in the sense that, it's like, well, come over and...
But you ain't paying
like, it's not money exchange. It's like
free.
Emotional, fucking like spiritual, like give away my soul to you to fill me up for a minute and then possibly have a fucking alien baby.
Consume my soul.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I think it's the money part is the difference of it all.
It's an exchange. It's an exchange. But
exchange of
so
love.
money is money, but exchanging your soul?
I mean, I guess you could film in right out of contract and then it wouldn't even be prostitution. It'd be fully legal. So there you go.
I mean, you're right. But I'm just trying to use a really good wake-up analogy for Geminis this week, to not go into the past, to let go of the past and go into the future, and to not get obsessed with trying to keep the past together. First card for Geminis this week is the King of Wands upright. Yeah, this is a great card. I mean, this is you finding, I would say, the empowerment of where your love life is going. I think that it's been very difficult for Geminis to understand where things are going with love, but this week you're going to find that. That doesn't mean it's the end all be all. We don't know yet till we run the other cards, but with this King of Wands running at the very beginning, it's about understanding which suitors are real. It's about understanding in yourself the power and the command and where you want in your love life. And it also is coming to a much better position for you overall. So, and especially if you're moving into new directions and exciting ones, because I didn't put out there, but 9th house is positive. It is a new expedition. It's about opening up, but I think past situations aren't going to work that well. Your challenge card of this week is guide. So there it is. It's like your guides are telling you who's not a suitor and who is, or just the energy of what is defined. But your guides are trying to give you messages this week of who is really not, and even when in yourself, who is really not in alignment with their power of their heart, including yourself. Do not drift away into weird places or with weird people this week, Gemini. Your guides are trying to keep you in alignment in the right place. But the challenge is like, it's kind of the angel devil thing on your shoulders. Like, I'll be good. Don't go with him or her. They're really gonna just take advantage of you, and you already know this. But it's like, well, I'm lonely, and I really want to feel it, and I'm bored, and I'm a Gemini, and I already watched all the TV shows, and I already did all my phone calls, and I already texted everybody, and I already looked through my DMs, so I'm gonna do it anyway. It's like,
Come sail away. Come sail away, come sail away.
You know what? I pulled Page of Pentacles on top of. I pulled a confirmation on this guides. I wanted to see what was up. Page of Pentacles reversed. It's like, listen to your guides, because you don't want to take. There's a lot of false people that are going to say, "Oh, I can do this," or there's other people who have other values that are not being shown to you. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to come over and help you build your couch, when they're really looking at that couch as being used for a different thing. We did get, the body and the mind, which I think this is like the Temperance card. And maybe. Body, mind, I don't know where they're getting that one. But
What is it?
body, mind.
Body, mind, spirit, soul.
I think it's the Temperance card.
Foot rubs.
Or it could be the
Back
Star card,
rubs.
actually.
Hand rubs.
No,
Shoulder
the
rubs.
Tower would come after that. So, but you did get body and mind reversed. We'll go with body and mind. I think that, again, okay, maybe something that feels good in the body might not be good for the mind, right? Like getting, having somebody just use you for your body or something like that isn't going to be good. Or, if your mind's in a good place, or if your mind's not in a good place and your body's in a good place, or your opposite, right? Your mind's not in a good place and your body's in a good place. And I think that this is like, you need to connect a lot of dots this week, and you need to not be so like, it's a Gemini duality thing, right? Like this and that, but you got to have both together instead of this. Well, I'll take this part of that person, and then maybe I'll go find this other person and get part of that. No.
Nope.
This is a week where you're King of Wands, like waiting for the ultimate suitor, and you yourself being the ultimate suitor in yourself, because the ultimate suitor is not going to come unless you're the ultimate suitor. This is a lot of distractions coming this week. That's what I'm feeling. I'll get a confirmation on this body-mind thing. We got the Six of Pentacles reversed. You're not in a position to be giving away any energy. And anybody also coming after you, trying to give you charity and stuff, are you sure? Because I got this Page of Pentacles before that. People trying to help you or to do things for you are using you quick. Okay? Be honest. And you trying to help other people, you're just trying to use them in a weird way. So you gotta really, I think, hold out here a little bit better. And you did get the Virgo card as your overall card. So, I think it's about, being pure. And I think it's about getting your life in order for the best suitor ever this week. And I think that, it's like, this is where you gotta do cleanup. And I think that you're cleaning up some weird shit, because we did get the Eight of Swords as the first card collectively. And I feel like you are doing cleanup in your life. This is a weird reading. I'm going to get confirmation on the King of Wands.
Yeah,
we got the Four of Pentacles reversed. Look at all these reversed Pentacles that came up on all the confirmation cards.
Right.
Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Anybody trying to tell you that they can do anything for you, or you're trying to go help them, it's not coming from a place of true heart and happiness. It's coming for, something else. And you know what? You need to listen to your guides. And this Four of Pentacles reversed won't let go of somebody. And I think that, a King of Wands of love knows when to let go of somebody, because the heart's really not there. You're afraid to let go of somebody, or you're just in some really weird situation. And I'll be honest, this could be totally money or sugar daddy energy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is someone trying to twist you up, but almost for their own benefit, their own good. It's not trying to lift you up in any certain way, but it's really going to be benefiting them. That's what I was feeling that whole entire time.
Sugar daddy, sugar mamas.
Hey, everyone needs a little sugar in their life.
Everybody needs a little sugar in their life, but sugar daddy and sugar mamas, I don't know.
Little organic cane sugar,
I'm
maybe?
just calling it out. I think a lot of Gemini energies around some of that sugar. And it might not be on a website, and it might not be said, but we all know what's going on.
didn't buy that lobster for nothing.
North Node in Virgo in the 6th. You got the Virgo card, and then look, you got the ultimate Virgo, North Node Virgo in the 6th. Do not go into mystical dreams you know are going to turn into a kaput. They're going to wake you up and you're in Oz, and then you're going to see that it's not real. You have to clean up your life this week, and I know it might feel like a mundane week, Gemini, and I know with a dark moon in the 8th house, you would just rather get in those whips and change and lingerie or whatever you want to do, but are you really sure what you're getting into? Good luck.
Yes, go for it.
No. Did you just say go for it?
Go for it, Gemini.
Oh, don't listen to the Scorpio.
Here's your time to shine.
I will say this. I will never usually say this, but do not listen to a Scorpio during a dark moon in your 8th house that is Scorpio house this week. Don't listen to a Scorpio.
Listen to me. Follow my voice.
Oh, my God.
Listen to me.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to need, I got to put out an APV. Like, we are not responsible for the actions that happen, of course, on this show. It is entertainment, right? But do not listen to a Scorpio right now, Gemini. Just this week only when it comes to emotions and what to do, because it's dark. And not saying Scorpios are dark, but you could be playing out dark Scorpio energy this week.
Yeah, if you can't handle
So don't
that
listen to a
energy.
Scorpio.
If you can't handle that energy, that's true. Don't.
Boom.
If you can't handle it, don't follow
You
that
know what?
path.
That's
Nothing
what
I
you
can
know. You're
do.
you're even
Nothing I
making it
can do.
worse because when a Gemini now thinks that they wait, no, now you're telling me I can't do it. Oh, don't ever tell that to a Gemini. Then they're gonna be like, let me prove it to you. I can figure this shit out.
Hey, if you can't do it, you can't do it. Nothing.
Oh, man.
It's like water off the duck's
Oh.
back. It's all good.
Geminis are screwed this week. Not from the reading, but I think the reading and what just went down. Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Geminis. I don't know what to say. Oh, we got Cancers next. This is going to be an interesting read. Whew.
Perfect. I'm just going to settle
Oh, great. I'm reading in the chat. They're like, dark could be fun. I'm like, oh, great.
Have a little latte. Go read a book in the corner.
Patrick Bateman looks like he would have been a lot of fun too, probably, ladies, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he was until he went American Psycho on everybody and biting people.
Let's get some Huey Lewis in the news going.
I mean, that's a great movie. Everybody should watch it.
It's a great movie, yeah.
American Psycho. Boom.
Don't just stand there. Eat it. Don't just look at it. Sorry. Well, see, Gemini, see, everybody already, that's Dark Moon 8th house shit. That movie and that scene of that night would be a Gemini situation this week. I even brought up sugar daddy, sugar mama shit. Oh, man. And I brought up prostitutes earlier. Oh, my gosh. I'm not calling anybody a prostitute. I'm just saying. As a reader, I just let it all out. I'm not going to hold that back anything. These are energies. What are we doing, Cancer? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting in touch with our emotions, bro.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
know. The good news, Cancer, is the sun's now in your 8th house. So you want to listen to Scorpios this week. Cancers want to listen to Scorpios.
Here you go. Follow
If
my
it
lead.
ain't working, because Aquarius is where we fix things and we make things work and connected. So you just went through a major relationship transit with the sun, with the Saturn and Pluto conjunction, and also Mercury and Jupiter and the South Node and the eclipses. But now that it's in the 8th house and we're going to have this big old new moon, Chinese New Year, but it's going to square Uranus in your 11th house, it's about truly, if it's not making sense, if it's not fully committed, if it's not fully in, if you're not feeling the full vibe and you're not feeling that it's taking you forward in your life and it's not, or somebody's kind of in and out, and especially yourself, or even another partner could be in and out, what would a Scorpio do? I guess he's not paying attention.
I don't know. There's some spamming going on in there.
Oh, it's all right. Spamming
some
happens.
weirdness. But yeah.
What does Scorpios do when somebody's kind of on the fence with you for a long time and it's been committed?
We fucking snap them. Snap.
Disconnect.
Snap.
Or snap.
Snap.
Crackle pop. and with Mars in your 6th house, squaring over to Venus in your 9th with Neptune, you want the ultimate dreams, but if your reality is not in that dream, it's not going to become real. So you need to readjust your reality to the dream and not try and make a shitty reality a dream by putting lipstick on a pig on the last week of a pig. You don't need to put lipstick on rats because we're good enough. We don't need that shit. All right. Just on our tails. Wow. Ace of Wands reverse. So something's not over. Something's not over yet. But you're trying to move forward in a new energy, whether you're resetting the relationship or whether you know you need to get the fuck out of a relationship or you're dealing with somebody that you're on the fence with, that you're uncertain. You need to get to the core. Like, okay, there are creep balls in the world too. Fucking, it was creepy in a good way. It was like, I'm telling you guys, like, something's not over. And you know what? One of the oldest things about magic and doing readings is you have to pay attention to everything that happens during a reading. And Craig's little thing right there, if that's going on, it's like kind of weird. Axe it out. Ace of Wands reversed. This could also be you pulling out of a relationship. Ace of Wands is pulling out reversed, or somebody's pulling out on you. So, but there's got to be a pull out somewhere in order to find a new way for your happiness. And, we'll get a little bit more clarity as this reading goes on. Your challenge card for this week is, the transformation card. You're afraid to put an end or change your life and turn it into a beautiful butterfly. I think more tramp stamps ever were butterflies. I think they did a study once in the 2000s.
That or like barbed wire. The little...
Hey, guys got them too,
I just learned how to whistle actually last year.
What, when we were on the tour?
It was like right before that. I could only whistle before from sucking in and then. So I never could do that. Your brother could always do that shit too.
Okay. Transformation as the challenge with Ace of Wands reversed. Yeah, this is like holding back, but wanting to move forward in something different, or you're just sitting in between a bunch of energy, which is not good. Nothing ever happens in the middle. Malcolm in the Middle, I never watched that show.
Nah, it was weak.
Weak. People actually did though. This is where you cannot be stuck in between spaces because you're not going to get the beauty you want. You're not going to get the ultimate happiness that you want. You got to be able to face that though. Wow. You've got the Lover's card as the outcome.
Perfect.
The Union card. What are you doing, Cancer? All you have to do is make change or make the decision in your life and what you're going towards, and you get the ultimate union and you get the love. I'm going to help you out. Why are you not transforming? You got the 8 of Swords reversed. You're afraid to leave toxic energy. Why did you get the Ace of Wands? Oh my gosh. You're afraid to move into new waters. God, this is the easiest reading I've ever done in my life. You got the Gemini card as your overall card. You just need to think and look at the reality and look at the facts. It's all right there. You have the ultimate union in your life. What is the reason why? You are given the gift from God of the ultimate union and you're not wanting to take it because it's not in your control, or it's like you're not ready, or you're emotionally wanting to hold on to shit. Wow. That was an easy reading. All right. Neptune with Pisces in the 6th. Wow, you need to wake up from the delusional reality and you got to let go of the toxic reality. And you have a reality that can actually be beautiful and spiritual and connected, but you know what? You're in kind of like a lost place in your reality, dealing with a weird energy that's feeling like you're stuck. But you have to make the adjustments to get out of the stuck energy, and you just need to make the change. But you would rather be stuck in some really toxic situation and you're afraid to leave it, even though you want to leave it. But that's the transformation. That's why you got the 8 of Swords reversed. It's like you're ready to leave. The universe is ready to get you out of it, but you have to do transformation in order to do that. You have to.
You got to let the love in.
And You got Gemini with it. So it's about think, and it's about focusing on looking at the facts. And look at your Ace of Wands reversed. You got the Six of Swords reversed. It's like, why are you going back to something when you already move forward into new direction? Why go backwards? Like, why go? Spirit with the Six of Wands or Six of Swords is always taking you in the right direction. You got this reversed. You're not ready to like get on. It's like being afraid of Willy Wonka's train.
The one at the end when you're going through all the crazy ass colors?
I mean, I don't think that was that was the spaceship.
Yeah, I like that one.
But the train, remember, was like, they were all afraid, but actually, I think, what's his name?
Charlie?
Charlie and his grandfather, what was the grandfather's name?
Alfred?
Grandpa or Pa?
Alfie?
I don't know. Old man. Never got the days of Viagra.
Jimbo. Working down.
Long
with the
story
dogs.
short, there was a bunch of people afraid of the train. They weren't. They were enjoying it, even though he got, Willy Wonka got a little weird. But, and it went all, but you know what? It's like going through that experience and then you go to the new world. So get on the train, Cancers. Oh shit, Leo. Did we just do Gemini, Cancer, Leo? I think we just did.
We did. What does that mean for you Leos? And for me, being a rising and a moon in the Leo?
I don't know.
Bam.
Well, Leos, I mean, it is new moon in the 7th house of relationships of Aquarius. So with Jupiter in the 6th, Saturn's, Pluto in the 6th, all this reality. But then there's Mars and Venus squaring in the 8th and the 5th house of love. So Leos are in super romantic, edgy, dramatic soap opera energy. Maybe that's why I called this the week of soap opera. But it's also...
It's David's half birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Senior Leo King. Happy half birthday to you.
Today's Bill Maher's birthday. He's my half. He's my enemy, my opposite. Well, he's not my enemy, but you know what I mean? My opposite.
He's your doppelganger?
I don't know.
You guys ever meet, you would
I
explode.
forgot who else is January 20th. There's a couple other zero Aquariuses out there. I forgot. There's a bunch though. There's a bunch. I'm with the zero Leos. It's like me, Woody Harrelson, a couple other zero Leos out there. Anyway, Leos, it's a lot of like intensity. So, but you got some big relationship choices this week. With the square to Uranus, though, it's about career. Relationships that fit with the career life that you're going down. Because Uranus and Taurus is the 10th house for you. So pick people that you could see moving forward in the direction of your career life. If it's opposite of your career life, like, it's not going to work. The 9 of Pentacles upright. So you know your sense of worth, value, and your independent knowing of all that you can bring to the table in love and everything else. So this ain't a problem. This is where you know, but you don't want to give this away to somebody who doesn't see that. And you don't want to give this away to anybody that isn't ready to admire that, really, right? Like, or somebody that maybe themselves can't make up their own choices of knowing what they really want in their life. Like, you know exactly what you want. You're in a content space of knowing what you want. So this is definitely a week to stay in just knowing what you want and not catering to anybody that doesn't know. Like, it's like if they don't know, or if they're just going to play some sort of weird game with you, like, it's not worth your energy or time, because you have put everything into knowing your value, your worth, and you have a lot to give. You're at a place where you have a lot to give. You have a lot of love. You have a lot of passion. You have a lot of intensity. You have a life that no other zodiac sign has had that much 6th house energy. So guess what? You've got shit in order. You know what needs to be done. And safe travel. So you're afraid of things in relationships not going the way that you want to emotionally. But I think that's the challenge. It's just like to know everything's going to go the way that you want it to in relationships. You might feel like there's just no way that you'll get to the destination that you want to go. You don't feel like you'll get the good news emotionally that you want it to go. Remember northeast, south, or news, northeast, west, south news.
Yeah, I like that.
That's from Jordan Maxwell.
I know.
So, I think that this is like fear of bad news emotionally taking you to a bad place, but that's a challenge position. So it's like, maybe you do get some bad news or something, but I think that you got to remember to stay on your knowing your value and your worth and not playing victim, Like, I think that this is about not playing victim. Like, your worth, your power. And it's anybody's loss if you go through a breakup or maybe you're dating somebody and they don't see it in you. It's their loss. Like, have the safe travel of knowing your value and your worth and your awesomeness and ability. The Queen of Water reversed. So, you know what? You're definitely going to have to watch your emotions this week and know how to take care of yourself emotionally. Because I think that maybe the reason why this safe travel card came up for you in the challenge position is because you feel uncomfortable if people don't see the greatness of who you are, see the abilities of what you have. And then it kind of makes you feel insecure. And it makes you feel like you can't go accomplish the things you want. You feel like, that you're a loser, or you feel like that you're a loser because maybe you didn't get what you want. Your safe travel reason is the Strength card reversed. So you don't feel strong unless you feel some sort of sense of security and safety and knowing emotionally where a relationship is. But this all leads back to the Nine of Pentacles of knowing your value. And you got that with the moon. And there's a lot of emotion here this week, but there's emotions coming up, subconscious emotions about, are you sure that, are you getting your emotions pulled away from you about that understanding of the power and the greatness of who you are, and losing yourself if something doesn't work out, or if you're just insecure about a situation? And you got the Libra card as the overall, the balance card. So, it is saying that relationships are going to go in a safe place and safe travel if you find balance within yourself and you find partners that see you on equal value and are ready for partnership. You're only going to go through all this crazy emotional stuff if you're with people who will not go where you want to go in partnership. And it's not like where I want to go energy, right? It's like where we want to go, or somebody that just sees relationship energy like you're seeing it right now and is willing to go towards that. Anybody who's not, it's going to cause a lot of discomfort emotionally. It's going to make you not feel accomplished. It's going to make you feel a little bit like a loser, and we don't want that for Leos out there. Your dice and the dice for the pride is the Pluto in the 10th house in Aries. Only pick partners that are willing to go all the way with you in career aspects. And you right now need to stay focused on career and focused on your legacy. But anybody who doesn't want to be powerful with legacy, not going to be worth it. Pluto in the 10th, Aries.
I'm focusing on my career and on my health and wellness. I ain't got time for any of the other bullshit.
And creeping in videos?
No. Yes.
Yes.
I was watching Night the Roxbury.
Uh-huh.
It was like the best. Remember? Yep.
Did you see that? It was like, whoa, I'm a magician.
What is it?
Aquas.
I thought,
When I was on True Beauty, I had to do a magic trick for Penn and Teller. It's like, look, little red hanky, but with a little bit of wiffle dust and voila. No hanky. And then it was and it was like no hanky. It was a
sure they were quite
thumb.
impressed.
It was a thumb that had a thing, and you're like, look it, no hanky, but with a little bit of wiffle dust and woo!
Voila. See that? I changed it. It's like we're magic.
Yep.
Which one? You could be Penn, I'll be Teller, or I'll be Penn.
You know what? So I got to hang out with Penn and Teller.
Which one do you want to be?
Okay, they're cool. Even though I heard the Rio's getting bulldozed down for a baseball park. Did you hear about that?
They're getting an MLB team out in Vegas?
I think Oakland's going to move to Vegas.
Wow. So Oakland lost the Warriors,
Yes.
the Raiders,
Yep.
and the A's probably. Good for them. Real smart.
So I'll just give you like a 20-second story. Penn and Teller have their own whole entire, because they are the main gig at Rio. So they have their whole entire like fun house area of multiple offices and shit. And they have like really weird taste, like clowns and weird, like smoking cigar monkeys and shit, you know?
Well, I don't think one homeboy's talked since Nam, so sure he's got a whole bunch of wild shit going on in there.
Well, no, so Teller, right, talks, just not as the show. So I'm thinking the whole time he doesn't talk because maybe he's a mute or something. And then I'm like, I do the magic trick. We learn it from him. And then we're talking to him. And like, I smoked cigs. Well, I still do, but I was smoking. So anyway, they smoke in their offices. And I had my cigarettes on me. I just did my thing. And we had to wait 20 minutes for the next contestant on the show. I think it was Taylor or whatever to come in. And I was like, can I have a cigarette with you guys? And they're like, yeah, what up? So I talked to them for 20 minutes and smoked. And I was like, I was just talking about random shit. And then Taylor was like, yeah, like, we came up with the act of why I don't talk. It just worked. Cause like it somehow got to the conversation there. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. But he talks like a normal guy, and he talks more than Penn. You'd think Penn, cause he's always the talker. He just likes to sit there and enjoy his cigar and just like, he's the one with kind of the weird taste, to be honest.
Yeah, he's probably a freak.
Yeah, he's a little freaky.
Freak.
Like the sign that we're about to talk about right now. Aqua life? Well, yeah, Aquas have all this 12th house energy going on.
They got it pent up in the 12th house.
Well, number one, it's their birthdays. So happy birthday, Aquas.
Happy
I was giving you a little
birthday,
12th house.
Happy
little vape. But, so Aqua, it's your birthday. I think it's a good week with the new moon finally here in your sign, because that was the deepest 12th house transit anybody could ever go through. So you might have felt like you've been in hermit mode, but we are having this new moon square Uranus in your 4th house. So there's a lot of emotions coming up, and also you having to get back into the world with Mars in the 11th, but it's squaring Venus in your 2nd. So you have maybe some self-worth issues. Maybe you've been kind of hermiting. Maybe you need help. Maybe you need money. Maybe you need to get out there for money. There is weird things. So relationship-wise, the new moon at least is going to help you get some confidence back in yourself and get back out into the world a little bit. I think that you've been a little bit way set back, but this emotional thing is going to be weird. Uranus here is going to pop up the emotions, and you're going to need to confront where your emotions sit. So if you're in a partnership, maybe there's some undone, or you need to get to the bottom of some emotional stuff that maybe you haven't let go of, or you haven't connected with, or haven't expressed fully, or there's something undone there. And this week with the Mars Venus thing, it's like the self-worth thing needs to come back. So especially out there in the world and the suitors that you pick, if you're afraid of your self-worth or your body right now, or your clothes, or your money situation, like you need to remember that it's about your beautiful self, your beautiful soul, and the connection that you have that is everything, and not what you have. So let's see what these Aquarians got. They got the 3 of Pentacles upright. Ooh. So you're trying to build something great, although, sometimes this card can deal with love triangles. So maybe you're thinking about too many suitors, which is never a bad thing, but maybe you're caught between a couple lovers. I don't know. But I would say that if we use another analogy for this, I would say it's about building something beautiful, and you're ready to build the structure to it. I know that a lot of tarot readers always look at this card and a couple other cards like, oh God, like this is going to be you're in between, or you're with people who are in between people, or maybe you're dating somebody who's like not getting out of a marriage, or yada, yada, yada.
A lot of tarot people don't know what they're talking about also.
I mean,
now,
there's
here
something
on
to say
Deep
when
Love Tarot,
I mean, if you look at this card, there are 3 people in it. So, one person could be in there like, fuck, I wish I could hook up with him or her or whatever. Actually, in this one, there's 4. 5. There's 5.
Party.
But see, yeah, orgies.
If everybody sits in each other's lap, then no one is actually sitting on the floor. So
yeah, I mean, in this card in the Golden Tarot, I mean, there's 5. So I just think that it's about you're ready to build something great. We're gonna go there. You got the full moon card. Ooh, we're having a new moon this week. So your challenge is, I think that again with the square to Uranus and the emotions, there's a lot of emotions that you need to confront or feel, or maybe you need to release some emotions. Maybe you need, a
release.
Maybe you need to let somebody know how you really feel, and let some feelings out. Although, be careful with Uranus there. You might come across as the crazy weirdo with the sun in your sign. You might come out like, that's why you're an Aquarius, right? But you also are weird because the emotional place is the one space that you are learning that's really where your values are. So if you're having self-worth issues right now, or about maybe a person that you're not seeing is seeing you enough, or anything weird self-worth-wise, this full moon energy in the card is saying that, you do have to get to shine and understand where all the emotions are sitting in your life to build something beautiful, because you can't if there's underlying emotions that aren't being dealt with right now. You did pull the emotion intellect card, which is very weird because it is very Aquarian in a weird way. Because it's like, I think that you're a very good intellectual, but emotionally, you can be very good about helping people and disconnecting from emotion and figuring things out. But you need to know a better balance, I think, emotionally right now. I think intellectually you're there, but I think emotionally is definitely, I'm feeling that there's some things off. To clarify that, you got the Four of Wands reversed for the emotional intellect. You got the Temperance card reversed for the full moon, and you got the King of Rods reversed for the Three of Wands, or Three of Pentacles. So, you know what? It's like, I don't think you know exactly how it's going to come together, or you don't see any suitors or any people that's showing up for you, but maybe that's because emotionally you're not showing up either, or you're not showing up at all. You might be missing in action, and the emotional intellect thing's out of order because I think you want this beautiful picture, but you're not really showing up for it. A lot about not showing up. And we did get the Jupiter return benefits card as your overall. So you did get some good energy with the full moon. You get good benefits if you do express your emotions more in your life. I think that's an issue, though, that you've been having a weird time with. You're looking good though, Aquarius. It's okay to get emotional. First house Uranus, Scorpio. Oh my gosh, I need to talk to Craig.
Talk to me.
They need to get a little bit more wild with Scorpio about themselves. How would you?
I was actually dating an Aquarius this time last year.
Were you?
I was. Flight attendant.
So they were always gone.
I abruptly ended it. I wasn't in the right emotional state or mental state to be in any form of relationship because I wasn't in a healthy relationship with myself.
I know, we're trying to help them be a little bit more wild and edgy again and be an Aquarius again and be fun and exciting and Scorpio, though, version of it.
I would just say yes. Say yes. I mean, I talked about it last week. Say yes. Go out on that date. Go to that movie. Go get yourself a free meal. A girl's got to eat, right? Or, maybe we'll split the check. I don't know.
No, but okay. I think, and I think you're right to say yes, but I think I need a little bit more clarity on how to say yes. Like, Scorpio is going all in, right? Uranus is, wow, connecting to something new or trying something different with all in. And the first house is identifying it and just aiming at it and just doing it. Do you ever regret going into something that's wild and crazy just to experience it and fully feel it? Or would you feel more regret if you didn't go as a Scorpio?
I would feel way more regret if I did not go and experience it for myself, because that's the only way to live the life, is the experiences through your own reality. And yeah, it's put me in some crazy situations, but hey, I'm here and I've lived to tell the story.
Capricorns. That was good advice.
Was it?
Because I always want to know, like, Scorpios can feel really deep, and
the deepest.
You're right. And I always wonder, like, do Scorpios regret going all the way to see? I mean, I have Mars and Saturn there, so, like, I'm the kind of person, like, I need to go all the way to see what is there, I'd have regrets if I didn't go all the way to see what was there, you know what I mean? Like, I would be like, this is not good.
I don't know if it's like a regret, but it's almost like, damn, how did I not see that shit unfolding the way that it turned out to be? It's almost kind of like self-doubting that the psychic abilities that we all possess, when something doesn't play out the way that you think it's going to be, you're like, what the fuck? How did I not see that? All the signs were laid out in front of me, but hey, that's a good thing about life. And you know what? We get to come back and do it all over again. So
We had a commenter in the chat say, if a man can't pay for a date, OMG.
So I was actually on a date last year, and I don't know, the way that I grew up, if I'm going to ask someone out for a date, I'm going to pay. So the check comes, and she throws this whole big ordeal about how, no, she wants to pay. I'm like, look, I asked you out. Let me pay for it. The bartender just ends up splitting it. So I'm like, oh, strong, independent women, huh? And she goes, yep, exactly. I'm like, cool, that's awesome for you. You know, so we leave. I get a text message from her. She goes, so was it better or worse than you thought? And I said, what? She said, the date. I said, well, it was cheaper than I thought.
You know, it was so funny. I talked to Alex Coyote Star today because we're doing the astrology panel at Conscious Life Expo. You guys should all follow her. She's an amazing astrologer. But her and Danielle Winsong, she's also on YouTube. She's another awesome astrologer. They took me out to dinner last year, remember, to thank me for giving them a lot of astrology stuff and just like, you know, just whatever. And I was like, no, I'll pay for it. And they're like, no. Like, and it was actually a good thing though, because they were doing it because of like a deed and to accept more feminine energy. And then I went up to Alex's pad and they like did me up with face makeup and all that. And then we did a live.
They washed your feet.
They anointed me. Yeah. So there's times when I think that, you know, it's cool, but I also think as a guy, like, I don't think it's a bad thing to pay. I mean, I know that like it makes maybe feminine energy feel like, oh, like we're put in a role like that. I'm just like, I don't know. I still believe in chivalry. I still believe in like,
yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, the whole splitting thing, it's like, how about we go out again and you can pay next time?
Yeah.
It's like, we don't need to go Dutch on this one. It's like, you get the next one or go grab some drinks at the next spot we go to. It's simple as that.
I mean, I could see it from both sides. Like a guy trying to fight to pay, right, is the same as a girl trying to pay to make it like equal or something.
Yeah. Whoever asks
so
should pay.
I think that there really is no right answer. I just think that it depends on the person. If people still kind of have that, you know, like I think that women are impressed more by guys who got it going on because there's a lot of guys out there now that have forgotten the old ways. Like I've had a girl tell me like, I can't believe you're opening the door for me everywhere we go. It's like, what do you mean? That's normal. But that seems to have been lost. So I don't know. This is a funny, turbulent, weird time we're in when masculine and feminine energies. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. All right, Capricorns. It was your birthday. It's not anymore. But the good news is this new moon is happening in your second house of self-worth and finally being able to create things. I think that you've really been stewing on what to create, having a lot of ideas, starting to understand the life you want. But now, second house, squaring over to Uranus in your fifth. If something is not what you are truly excited about, it's not going to be able to be created. So in love, especially, Uranus in your love house is being squared by second house. One, if you're in a relationship, what's missing in the love? What's missing that maybe you're going to need to confront this week? If you're single or dating and you're still feeling like their value or they're not valuing you or you're not feeling like they have the goods, don't be afraid to walk out. I mean, this is a time, especially with Mars in your 12th, to cut out stuff that you don't want, squaring to Venus and Neptune in the third, which makes no sense for your reality anyways. Like if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't make sense for you spiritually either, and it's not exciting, and it's not making you feel like it's worth putting in all of your energy towards. Wow, 2 of Pentacles as the first card. So this is a card that deals with 2 different worlds and trying to find a way for them to come together. You know, and like land to sea and knowing how they're different worlds, but it's a juggling act. So you're juggling this week, or you could have a partner that's juggling you. And it's not necessarily a bad card, but there's a lot of juggling going on back and forth between you and your values and your heart space. And that could be because you're being juggled or you're juggling somebody else. Your challenge card that you did get is divinity. Oh, this is where I'm feeling that this is, If it's not spiritually aligned for you in your life, and the way that you could tell that is by where it's like you're juggling it too much and it feels like it's not part of your soul, or it's something's off. Because whenever I feel the divinity card as the challenge card, I feel like there's something off spiritually. There's something off that doesn't feel divine. So Capricorn, if it feels off, if it's continued to feel off, and it feels like you're still juggling this, I mean, why are you still juggling it? Your outcome card is, wow, this is weird. The 6 of Pentacles reversed. So I think that for you, this is going to be a time for you to realize, like, why are you putting energy into something that's not putting as much in back to you? And how are you going to be, it's like, okay, in this deck too, like we'll see it upright. Like this guy's like obviously went out and picked the berries and the fruits and came and's like, hey, I've got some fruit. You want some? He's already done the work. Reversed, you're doing all the work and showing up, and then they're like just taking it from you, and almost maybe you don't even want to do the work for this person, or maybe you're not even wanting to put energy into this person because they're never showing up back with the same amount of equal energy. To clarify that, you got the Tower reversed. You're afraid to end something that is not equal. The Divinity Sun card reversed. You're aware of it, but you're choosing to escape from it and not be aware of it at all and be unconscious on purpose about it. And you did pull the Queen of Pentacles. Like, you know what? She doesn't juggle shit. She knows exactly what she wants. If you're juggling or somebody's juggling you, there's a problem there. And you did pull the Mars card as your overall with divinity. You need to identify and have the force of divinity behind you and what makes sense into your spiritual life, because if you don't, you're not going anywhere and you are a stopped force in the world. And Capricorns as a stopped force is not a fun thing to watch. Watching Tiger Woods fall and try to come back, and I mean, it's even like there's a lot of Capricorns that have fallen in the last decade. Wow, you keep having, what's funny is it was twice. 12th house fell off the board twice. So this is about clearing out spiritual energy. Saturn could pull your spirit out if you stay in situations where it's not in your divinity. And Aquarius is needing to bail out of situations and reinvent the wheel a little bit here and connect and build a better structure with energy that feels like it's connected to soul. But if you're going to stay in something, there's going to be some shocks, and it's not going to be shocks that are positive. They're going to be shocks that pull you back more than you already been pulled back.
There's a lot going on there for those Caps.
Oh, they've had the most planets of any other sign to ever deal with in the world. I actually feel the most for Caps. And I actually love Capricorns a lot. I really enjoy Capricorns. I don't really have a Capricorn in my life that I've ever known that I've been like, I don't like that person, or I really enjoy Capricorns. I've always really liked them, and I think they're awesome people. Actually, there is one Capricorn in my life that was a weirdo, but not long enough to know them that much.
Well, at least you you learned quickly and vacated that situation.
We got Sag as well. We're kind of going like in order, out of order, kind of weird.
How many we got left over there?
Oh, there's not that much. I mean, we're kind of going quick today. We got 4 left. Dang. So we have 5 left, but yeah, we're almost through. We got 1,000 people in here. We're gonna pull a card for 1,000 people right now, as we are right now in between here. What are we gonna pull? And this is just going to be an overall understanding, a little quick tidbit of what's going on with whoever. You got to think of the person that you're thinking about in love right now. So take a second, think about the person, and I'm going to give you a couple cards.
Who are you thinking about?
Integrity reversed, which is actually the Strength card reversed. Okay. Is this person showing up with strength and integrity, or are they backing out with that? That's something to pay attention to. What's the future outlook of this situation? King of Pentacles reverse. It's a self-worth issue. Okay, so maybe it's self-worth inside themselves. Maybe it's not about you. Maybe it's their own self-worth issues. Or maybe they don't value you. We'll get another confirmation. The Pisces. So they believe, they see it, but I think that there's a fear to create it right now. Or there's an insecurity and there's not a lot of strength. Maybe they've gone through something that's kind of set them back or that's made them feel a little bit off and weird. Divine feminine. So, this is that person stepping into knowing that they could be supported and they need support. And I think that, supporting energy is better than, forcing energy. And Ace of Swords reversed. They don't know exactly what to do right now. So that's why you're going to need to come through with some support. I'm going to pick, should you waste time on them or not? With the Enchanted deck.
I'm going with yes.
Ritual. Well.
How you going to play that one there?
We're going to have to pull another card because I'm like, ritual? I mean, the ritual could be to let go or to stay together.
We need a Morgan Greer.
7 of Pentacles reversed. Is this a pattern that you want to keep wasting your time on and making that a ritual? And is it worth it to you? It depends, I think, on how much. And you got the Ace of Coins reversed. So it's like you're not ready to let go of it yet for some reason. I just kind of feel like what was the overall outcome card? It was Pisces. So, it's like, is it an illusion or is it a real dream? Let's get one more confirmation. I'm hooking 1,000 people up. I know this is coming up for everybody, so it's like...
We'll just pull all the cards from all the decks.
Why not, right? So we got the 4 of water reversed. So it's like... It's situations we all don't want to deal with in many ways, but we're willing to deal with them because we see the good in them. But does this person see the good in this is what you're waiting to see. And that's only what they can determine on their own. And I think that this week, you'll know.
Yeah, I feel like people are emotionally drained in some situation that they've just been going around and round and round in circles. And they're trying to come up from air, but they're being held down at the same time by their emotional state. So, in turn, heal yourself, let go of that trauma, and progress forward into this new life.
Boom. We're on Sag, right?
That we are.
All right, Saggies. Well, we are in now Aquarius, your 3rd house. Time to communicate. Also time to look at your environment. Is this environment in the relationships that you're in healthy, and which ones are and which ones aren't? It's squaring Uranus in your 6th house, dealing with your health and your day-to-day life and your ability to work. So healthy environment means healthy work life and healthy life. Negative environment means horrible health and horrible reality. Now, Venus is going to be squaring, well, Mars actually will be the one that is squaring Venus, and Venus is in your 4th house and Mars is in your 1st house. So you're going to have to confront intense emotions, and you can't avoid them. With Neptune there, you might try to avoid the deep emotional stuff, but you're going to miss out on your life of what you want in your life. So you're going to have to confront things this week, and you're going to have to make choices about the emotional choices and where you're at in relationships. And you can no longer keep looking at, you got to look at your long term. You got to look at, the life that you want to have and look at the environment. You need to communicate your truth. You got to communicate the life that you want to have. And you got to look at that in yourself. You got to communicate it to yourself. And the dark moon in your 2nd house is kind of like a hoarder, emotionally like, oh, I don't know if I can let go. It's like, oh, my precious, the ring. But we all know how that story all turns out. Your first card for this week is the 3 of Wands reversed. So it's almost like, you really don't know where to go right now. You don't know which ship to come in. You don't know, you might be pulling back right now about your whole views about love, or losing hope, or you might be in a hopeless position because maybe you're a hopeless romantic or whatever. But I think that you need to have the vision set on where you want to go and go towards it. Because if you continue to sit back and go, I don't know, or I don't know what to do right now, or I don't have the vision, like, you're not going anywhere, and you're actually in a really stagnant place, and you might miss the ship. So you could miss out on something so beautiful right now in your life because you just don't know. Whether that's the partner you're with that you're still worried, am I going to stay? Am I going to go? Am I not? Or another person that what am I going to do? You might miss the ship. That's the one thing about any 3 of Wands is there's ships coming in. But with reversed, you're like, I don't know if I should take this ship. You don't know what ship to take. We'll get a little bit more clarity here for you. Oh, we got fire as your challenge. So it's like, where is the passion missing? Don't wait for that ship. It's not coming in. Where's the creative energy? Fire. If there's no creative, there's no passion. Like, what the hell are you doing? You're waiting for that ship to continue to come in? You think that it'll eventually? The only way that ship might get some fire in it is if it burns down. Which would be a challenge because it would not be a ship anymore to show up. You got the abundance card waiting for you as your future outcome card. So you have all this amazing abundance and all these amazing things in your life that are waiting to come into your life. But it's like, are you gonna let that happen? Like, I think that this is going to be, and I think in this deck, this is the star card. So it's like, this is where it's like a fresh, new, beautiful start with all the things you ever wanted in your life and getting out of some really treacherous situations here. But sitting in this weird, I don't know by what ship I want to come in, or I don't know where it's going to be, is not going to do well for you. We'll get clarity on the star card. You got the Chariot card. Move into the new direction of the greater abundance and the greater new energy. You're weighing out what's passionate and what's not. Are you weighing out passion by looking at two different worlds that make no sense or make full sense? I think that for you, you're weighing out what is passion. Is passion obsession over something dark, or is passion something beautiful? Or, you know, let's see right here. Look at this. You got the 6 of Cups with the 3 of Wands. It's almost like maybe you're addicted to not wanting to leave because it's like a crazy situation that you actually kind of like. 6 of Cups is always a very peaceful place where people can come together. It's like a garden energy and kids just having a nice time. But with that reversal, it's almost like, you know, a fucking mud fight, right? It's not that peaceful. Maybe there's something that you're addicted to about that. Maybe that's the toxic fire that you're in, but it's not even that good passionate. And that's what you're weighing out. Your overall card to get through this is the Sagittarius card. You see, you know what you want. You have to believe in it though. And you have to fully define it with Mars and Sag. You have to own it and you have to make a choice and you have to see and believe in what you really want right now. And if you don't, you're going to miss a ship on either one, or you could lose all the ships because you're not showing up with anything. Well, guess what? And you can't keep a million things on ice. You know what I mean? Ice melts. You got 10th house Venus in, is that Capricorn? Yeah, Capricorn. What's your long-term goal here? Also, picking relationships that are advancing your life for your career, advancing your life for your better life as far as where your destiny is going to go, but also picking somebody or the partnership that actually has their shit together, that has a plan, that has an ability to, that is more grown up. You might be dealing with a little kid here energetically. So you need to pick the smarter one that has their shit together, and that you have to believe in that. That's going to be way more passionate, way more exciting, especially with the abundance card and the Chariot card, which is the star card.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yes, I would say indeed on that one. All right.
All right.
We've got, I see an Aries, a Taurus, a Virgo, and a
Scorpio.
Man, Scorpio's been coming last a lot lately.
Again, well, you know, we're saving the best for the last portion.
We got
This
Tauruses.
live broadcasting. What's up with those Tauruses? What do they have to look forward to?
We're did I throw it back in there? Yeah, I did. Tauruses? Well, Uranus in their sign, now direct, and it gets squared by this new moon in the 10th house of career, legacy, I'd say that Tauruses right now with relationships are really having to focus on which relationships really for their long term and their goals are going to make sense for the new life that they really want to be on. It's like there's this new life trying to, like this new freedom aspect of themselves, but they have to pick partners that are on a similar path or that see the same vision that they do for a path, but not getting caught up on old beliefs. That's dark moon in the 9th is going to be rough. Like still trying to maybe live off relationships off how it's always been before and what's always worked. Like this is about stuff that you've never tried before. So don't get addicted to doing what you're used to always believing and seeing. And Mars is in your 8th house squaring over to Venus in your 11th. So there is this, okay, you want passion, you want connection, but there's quarrels with people or there's quarrels with the friends that they might hang out with, or, you know, you got to really pick wisely. It's not that you can't trust people, but you got to look around the kind of people they hang around to determine in the love life what's going on and if that's rubbing off on you. You did pull for your first card the 3 of Cups upright. You need to go socialize and have a good time, basically. This is a great card, although it does deal sometimes with some love triangles, but it is about having a good time. Social situations are always a good thing. Okay, they're always a good thing. So being more social, especially this week with Venus and coming in contact with Neptune by the end of this weekend, and with Mars squaring Venus here, like this is where you're going to find the passion. This is where you're going to find what you're looking for. You need to go out in the world. You need to be part of the world. You need to go to that party. You need to go seek out what you want. Sitting around is not going to happen. 10th house is also public, so it's not sitting at home. Wow, your challenge is the death card. Whether that's the death of the way that you've been going about relationships, maybe there's a relationship that you need to put an end to because it's not socially acceptable or it's not taking you to the places you want to go in your life. But there's some sort of, we're dealing with toxic energy this week, so there might be something that needs to end because it's like maybe you're getting too drunk, or maybe you're going to too much excessive partying. I'll be honest with you. If you have a relationship like that where it's all based off the outer party, that needs to leave. If you're not going out in a relationship that holds you from going out and being socializing, that needs to leave. And if you're single and you never go out and you're just by yourself and you don't even hang out with your hand, well, that needs to end too. You did pull the 4 of, oh, wow. This is a really cool card actually in full motion of it, but this would be the 4 of air. And so I feel that you've got to take the time, and it's in reverse. You don't need to take time. Actually, it's reversed. I think that part of it is you've taken too much time to kind of process a relationship. You already know what to do. You're just kind of been in the back burner. Or if you've been single, you've taken too much time of being single. Let's get a clarifying card. Oh, he pulled the 4 of Swords again. But it's upright. Oh my gosh, you're going back and forth between like in and out of whether you're going to show up or not, or taking just way too much time has been done. The death card clarification is the High Priestess. Like, you know what? You have an ability to tap into spirit really well, but I think that also at the same time, it's like, maybe all you keep picking up on is like dark things on people or no. It's like, but at the same time, are you paying attention to the dark things? There's going to be 2 sides. There's going to be Tauruses that only see dark, and then there's going to be Tauruses that don't see dark at all when they know they see it. What's up with this? Wow, the heartbreak with the 3 of Cups. Where your social life is going to depend based upon the relationships and your heart and happiness. There's definitely heartbreak if the social situation is too crazy, but if there's no social situation, it's heartbreak too. So that's where you're going to help gauge those things. You did pull the Cancer card. You need to feel. Man, somebody needs to go hug a Taurus right now. You need to feel again. You pull, wow, a lot of 10th house coming up. 10th house, Saturn, Libra, exalted Saturn in the 10th. Guess what? You can go farther in life with a partner than alone. And you can reach your destinations that you want with a partnership. But you also have to make major choices with partnerships and love and how they deal with where you're going in business and your long-term goals.
This can't be forced relationships either, though.
Huh?
This can't be forced relationships. That's what it really comes down to. Trying to be in a relationship, whether that is love or friendship, anything like that, just to say that you have that relationship. When in reality, that most important relationship is the self-relationship. Once you get that right, then everything else will fall into place. How's that Sprite?
I agree.
It's good? Good Sprite?
It was good Sprite.
Decent.
All right, 3 left.
Aries.
And I'm really, Virgos. Aries and Scorpio.
Dum, dum, dum. My 2 favorite signs.
Virgos. Okay, Virgos. There's a lot going on. And I would say you're one of the signs that has a lot going on. Welcome to Aquarius, your 6th house. This is the house that you like to tread in. This is where you like to vacuum and clean your life up. But it's squaring Uranus. So your life is having to expand. Go into new places, go into new circles, go experience more, not be a robot.
I am a robot. I do robot things.
Come on, Virgo. Robot life is not working anymore for love. Maybe you feel like you're a robot in a relationship, or maybe you feel like it's the robot in you that's not allowing yourself to really go find love. But I would say that you need to go explore new realities. Your reality is not working out the way that it's working out. And so love-wise, it's like, are you in a relationship that's continuously keeping you in a reality that's not letting you expand? 2, with Mars in your 4th, squaring over to Venus in your 7th house. This is going to bring up some really intense emotions. Even it could even feel like little baby energy, like crying like a baby over relationship situations, or, you really trying to push emotions into a relationship or force them. As Craig said earlier, ironically, Mars in the 4th can, especially squaring Venus in the 7th, can kind of push emotion in. Like, I want you to feel this, it's like, whoa, that's not going to do well. Or you're upset emotionally that a relationship isn't going the way that you want to. And so you got to watch your anger this week emotionally. Dark moon in Capricorn, your 5th house too, is like kind of a toxic love or not expression of love correctly that is going to have to be sorted out. And I think a lot of this for Virgos is realizing that you have to start to you need to grow up and know how to make love real love instead of this kind of outdated understanding of how to be in relationships and be emotionally confused and all over the place, and also not expanding your life and staying always in where you feel is safe. Pulled the Ace of Swords upright. So, this is you getting more clear on relationships, whether that's communication wise, or you're going to start communication with somebody new this week. Or if there's been somebody that you've been looking to communicate with, this is going to be a great week to have the communication with a partner. So it's going to be good to actually have those talks, but maybe you've been avoiding talks and you need to have those talks this week. Wow, you did pull a challenge of the soulmate card. So this is going to be a very weird week for you emotionally, because it's like the challenge is the soulmate energy. It's like there's 2 hearts here, I always like to say. Like maybe you're crossing into a different soulmate situation, or maybe you're still hooked on a person and the soul contract's over. And maybe just, you need to get clear with your soulmate, and there's some challenging situations that are not definitely easy or normal here. And they're going to be very complicated. And I think we're going to have to get a clarifier here in a minute about that. The seneschal, so that's a weird card.
Sensual?
The seneschal.
Sensual. Loving sensual. With a bluish hue.
With a bluish hue. I think that this is a card that's implying that you can see a more beautiful life if you're willing to be honest and come from a clear place of understanding, that you're in a weird place. And there's something about this soulmate challenge situation here. It's like, how are you going to move into the ultimate soulmate energy if you still have all these weird challenges with the one that you're still focused on? Because there's a lot of clarity to be seen. 10 of Pentacles. So safety of finding a good space is in your future. But, oh my God, 2 of Cups reversed with a soulmate card in the challenge. A soulmate situation's over. How long are you going to continue to hold on to it?
Maybe for eternity.
Wow. Page of Rods reversed with the Ace of Swords. So yeah, I think that you're afraid to talk about exiting or challenging love situations that you've been holding on to, or weird situations where you're not feeling love, or you're not feeling loved back, or that you have feelings about love that you have been afraid to express. Or you having to realize at the same time too, it's like, hold on. Let's get this overall. 12th house. Escape. I think that you're not going to be able to keep escaping into some new situation while still holding on to the old one. I also think that you cannot keep denying that there is something off with your soulmate partnership with a contract that's ended. And this could be a past one. This could be one where you've just had done, where it's like, if you're on and off relationship, like this is where it's like done. If you're into new energy, it's like, is this an escape for, like, it's kind of like what? Like, is it just, what do you call it? Rebound?
What are you thinking over
Maybe
there?
there's a rebound that comes in this week. And then you're realizing like, oh, but my soulmate used to do this and they don't do that. It's like, yeah, you're going on an escape away from it to realize that you're also out of it. But I do feel that you're finding clarity, and you're going to have to find your own stance and your own ground to build the life you want. And you can't do that in relationships where you don't have that security and sense in yourself of building that, and you're not willing to communicate the truth. And, Page of Rods reversed is like a little toddler. So that's not happy. You didn't give me this. I didn't get that. Nah. And it's like, this Ace of Swords is telling you to go, you need to see clear. You need to have the conversations, and you need to set a new tone. And I think that there's a lot of endings here with 12th house, 2 of Cups reversed, soulmate, all in the challenge position. So I don't think that this is going to be the funnest week, but I do think that once you deal with the childish energy in yourself and possibly a partner, but I would say maybe it could be both. It's like you can clear things up and you can move forward into a much better position into your life.
This robot needs love.
The moon in, what is that? The 11th house and Taurus. So yeah, this is about knowing the worth of looking into new places, exploring new worlds, exploring new people. Also not holding on to people or ownership of people. That's bad. That maybe there's an ownership aspect that you have to somebody, or that you only find the value emotionally through somebody. It's like emotionally attached too much to somebody. But I think that you need to find the worth in yourself and how that works into the world. That you can create anything you want in your life in this life, right? In this world. But I think that for you, this is talking to those Virgos that are in relationships where it's like you have made a relationship your end all be all, and it's off and you know it, and you're afraid to deal with a lot of situations. I'm going to give you one bonus card because this is gnarly.
Bonus round.
All right. What did you get? You got the 5 of Wands reversed. You're afraid of conflict, and you're also creating actually more conflict because you're not confronting it, and you're also using the most weakest things to cause this conflict. Like, like, I can't because of this, or da-da-da-da-da. And that stands no ground. Good luck, Virgos. I wish you the best. That's gnarly.
Well, I just need to find that little stability from what they've been thinking and everything that they've been dealing with in order to push forward.
Yeah.
They need to look in all directions before crossing those roads, though. Can't just be darting out into the middle of the street. You get run over real quick there. Then you will turn into a robot in real life.
A robot. Aries. Robot.
Perfect.
Yeah, Scorpio's last.
Best for last.
We're on the last two signs.
The best for the last. The non-best for
Well,
the
we're at
non-last.
1.111.
Oh, Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries.
I'm taking 1 minute just to look through the chat.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, we'll speak a little bit on mental clarity, Mr. Palmer, because when it comes to this whole notion of figuring ourselves out and what we want to do in this life, there has to come from a certain aspect of mental clarity. I'm reading a book, it's called The Untethered Soul, and it says in there, you are not the voice in your mind. You are the one that recognizes the voice in your mind.
Deep. And what was that about? I'm just kidding.
I don't have mental clarity.
No, actually, I think that's a very, very good way to look at things is people overthink things, and that voice in your head can play a lot of games. And it's usually what keeps people trapped. And then you think that, that voice in your head is not you.
No, it is not.
I think it's alien devils' voices.
Well,
Personally.
another thing that it says is that
Let's pull a card about that.
pull that card.
Alien devil voices that are not our voice. Ooh. Two of Swords. Black and white. It is. Those dark thoughts you have, whenever you have a fear thought, it is not coming from you. It is coming from a dark entity. When you have a positive thought, it's coming from your light, from your good side.
Yeah,
Wow.
because that voice in your
I'm
head,
telling you.
that voice in your head will take both sides of the conversation, It doesn't care what side that it's on, just as long as it can keep talking. That's also from that book.
Wow.
That's only in the first 2 pages, too. I just started reading it.
I think that, you know what? Hey, you read the book.
I'm still working. Well, I had to start a new quote journal because I tragically lost my old one on a connector
plane.
flight in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Damn
If
it.
you happen to be in the area of Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas airport,
And you found a journal.
find Craig's journal,
has a bunch of
please
quotes.
return it back to High Vibe TV Studios.
It's got a lot of good quotes.
Or if you're in Venice, you can find Craig on his bicycle down by the beach.
I'll be out there on the streets, roaming.
So, thank you. All right. Aries. Aries this week. Okay, this is a new moon in the 11th. Jack in the Box time. Pop! Time to figure out your life. Where's it going? Where's the future going? Which people to hang out with? Do you know how to take care of yourself and help yourself go to where you need to go in your future? The square to Uranus in the second house is bringing up a lot of self-worth issues of whether or not you know how to create what you need to create. So love-wise, it's like, you could feel like you're not valued, or you could feel like, you could also be, I'll be honest with you. And I think that this is kind of a hard transit this week for Aries because Venus in the 12th, Neptune in the 12th, squaring Mars in the 9th. It's almost creating like subliminal, beliefs and pushing it on others. Mars is your ruling planet and it's squaring Venus. It's like pushing on your relationships in the 12th, your subconscious behaviors and addictions or weird energies. And then that Uranus square to the new moon is kind of like bringing up insecurity. So you don't want to be pushing insecurity on anybody. And you also don't want to be in relationships where that's triggering that. So if that's being triggered this week, not the right relationship for you. And with the dark moon in Capricorn, it's like you got to figure out your life. You got to make some adult decisions, but that might be scary for you. Like, I don't know. I got to make some hard choices this week. And if, you're around relations, and if you're in a relationship where that hard choice is so hard to make, it's probably the one that you have to make because you're afraid to deal with it. I think that the positives, though, is with Jupiter, of course, and Capricorn. It's like, you need to find people that, that help you kind of rise up to the place where you should be and that are in your world because they're actually on the same trail as you. I think that this is about worlds, the 11th house. And I think that the square to Uranus is saying, like, are you really on the same world? Are you really on the same understanding of the world? Do you see the world the same way? And so there's going to be some quarrels here this week. Belief-wise, subconscious, shit being thrown at people. You got the 4 of Wands reversed. So this could be, somebody you really, this could be this is the marriage card. Like, this could be a marriage kind of falling apart energy, or you're not going to go to marriage counseling, or you've got a, maybe somebody you've always had your eyes on is like this major celebration and things. It doesn't really turn that way because maybe this is somebody from your past that you thought you were going to marry, or maybe even an ex-partner that you thought was going to go good once coming back into your life to throw you a tizzy if you're single, or you're still stuck on somebody from the past, or you're still, I feel like for all Aries, this is still stuck on something that is not as positive as you thought it was going to be. And you're still stuck on it, like trying to make it good. I think that you need to make a different approach or make an exit out, whatever you're dealing with here. That's weird. Aries this is a weird card to get at the intro. And your challenge is healer. I think that you don't think that you can heal yourself. I think that you're looking outside for all these other people and a lover or something to heal you or take care of you or that will give you the all-seeing eye. It's like you want rescuing. And that rescuing is not good. Rescue relationships, like where you have no way to do anything. You're like, I can't do shit unless I'm rescued. It's like, no, you can. Because I don't want you to get into relationships where you turn, especially if 4 wands at the beginning is, especially for single out there, it's like you can turn somebody you meet right away at like the grocery store and be like, we're getting married. Like, I'm going through hell right now. You're going through hell? Fuck yeah. No. But I also think in your independent self and with relationships, like nobody's going to save you. You're going to have to learn how to save yourself here this week. Love's not going to be a savior energy for you. You got the knowledge card reversed. This is the hermit card reversed. It's almost like you're acting like you don't have all the talent and skill to do what you need to do in your life. Like, I mean, let's be real. Like, I feel like there's a lot of like playing helpless that it could pull a partner out of your life. That could also make you unattractive in a way that makes, maybe you've been dating somebody and it's been going good, but then you're like pulling kind of this victim role all the time and that you don't know what you're going to do and all that. And watch the backpedaling start to happen. Yeah, you pulled the Page of Swords reversed with that knowledge reversed. I don't think that you are even speaking maybe the truth. I think that you're playing the victim role more. It's like, kind of like a story that you're not revealing it all. Your healer is the Justice card. So, I think that you need to justify your own means a little bit better in your life. I think that, you feel that you need some sort of help or saving, but I think that's unjustified. I don't think that's actually a fair notion. I think that everybody can take care of themselves and heal themselves. And I think that you're playing some sort of really weird role this week that's very unattractive. Yeah, you got the 9 of Wands with the 4 of Wands reversed. So, you're defending this position of something that is not working. You're defending something that's not going at all in the direction that you want and playing a negative tone to it all. I don't know why.
Oh, you know why.
Air element. This is all about your community. You're communicating You're communicating weird shit this week, and you're dealing with weird communication back to yourself. But I think it's because of the way that you're communicating. I don't like this reading. I'm going to try and help you out here, Aries. Integrity. Wow, I had to pull an enchantment deck for you there. You need to be integrity now. You need to have integrity for yourself, and you have to have integrity of your communication, and you need to have integrity in your relationships. And I feel that this is going to be a major challenging week of checking the integrity of the relationship and the integrity of yourself and how you deal with relationships. This feels very personal. This doesn't feel more external. This feels very personal. I mean, you could be dealing with somebody who's giving you zero respect and no integrity at all, but I think that could also play into more of how you've been handling the situation, if that makes sense, already before that. But I've been seeing a lot of hard stuff here for Aries. I do think I want clarity on why there's all this weird communication and acting like you don't know when you do. Oh, Ten of Swords reversed. It's like you feel like you're not ready to try something different. You know, it's like you're just wanting to just keep replaying the same record. You think the broken record technique works. My dad taught me, in sales and cars, broken record works. Like when you're in service, like, oh yeah, no, the car will talk to you tomorrow and see how it's going. People always call in service all the time. Like, I turned my car in at 8 this morning. It's noon. Where's it at? It's like, oh, I already told you when I wrote it up. I'll call you tomorrow. Like, it's going to take the tech all day to look at it. Do you need anything else? And I'll call you tomorrow. And then they call it like 3. My car. It's like, yeah, I told you already. But there's something about you trying to do this with some sort of negative aspect. And it's not from integrity. And there's a lot here of some really weird communication and some really deep victimization here.
So that's what I was thinking was them playing like the victim mentality or the victim role, when really it comes down to their own choices that they've made.
I mean, I don't know what else to say, Aries. I mean, I wish I can pull every card in this whole deck for you right now, but I'll pull one more about this 4 of Wands with the nine of Wands. And it's the 3 of Pentacles. It's like, I think that you're going to have to go construct something new, and you're going to have to, start to put your best self forward back out there and go rebuild new things and new relationships, and not try and rebuild broken ones, because you're not rebuilding broken ones by continually to do this weird shit with communicating and stuff. That's all I'm giving you. Wow. Look at cards are flying out. You got the Devil reversed. You're backing out of a very toxic thing with the Chariot moving on so you can get to better waters. Wow. Universe. I didn't even plan that.
I was just thinking, I've dated 2 Aries in my life, and both of them had a child with the person that they dated right after me, and very quickly, actually. So there's that.
Yeah, Aries. I like Aries though. I think they're great people. I just think that they've been through some really weird shit, and I think they need to leave a lot of talk. There's a lot of toxic relationship stuff for Aries right now that they need to stop looking at and get out of completely. That's what this is saying. And stop justifying it, and stop seeing if they can go back and heal it. They like to be a hero. Like, you know what? I can go back and it's like they're playing Enrique Iglesias. I can be a hero, baby. Even though you threw fucking that shit in my face 1,000,000 times.
Well, we all know what time it is.
I will be with you forever.
With Anna Kournikova.
Oh, she would bomb.
She still is. They're still together. Match made in heaven. But it's Scorpio time, baby, because ain't no party like a Scorpio party, baby. Yeah.
Anna Kournikova. Although I forget what sign she is. I think she's a Pisces, or something. She seems like a Pisces or a Sag.
Yeah, one of the two. She's
maybe somebody in the chat could let us
She's one of the
know.
12 signs.
Or is she a Capricorn? Is she Pisces, Capricorn, or Sag? I'm feeling. She might even be Gemini.
Am I
Now I'm
counting
going
my
all over the place.
blessings? I count my blessings every day. Because through Christ, anything is possible.
I was clearing the energy of that reading for Scorpios. Just why everybody's probably like, "What is he doing?" I'm like,
I appreciate it.
I'm clearing those old
Get
those
that-
old burnt cards, and
Get
I'm
that
like,
Aries stank off my new Scorpio dicks.
Brittany Murphy was Scorpio. She's my favorite.
Yeah, she's the bomb. Bomb.
Okay, that's all cleared now.
You better
Last
do it.
reading of the night for this week, Scorpios.
But every good one, or I'm cutting the feed.
Fuck.
Pressure's on.
Hey, that's illegal in California. Okay, so this is a new moon in Aquarius, your 4th house of emotion, your roots, squaring Uranus in your 7th house. So, you could be feeling like you've been missing emotion in partnerships and need some emotion. Or you could feel like the emotion's gotten too intense. It's going to be either or. You feel like you need to connect emotionally, or you're like, I need to disconnect. The emotion's gotten too crazy. Or you're like, I'm crazy because who's out there that's going to give me some deep emotion? That's the truth. This Mars in your 2nd house, square to Venus in your 5th, is bringing up a lot with love and trying to find the best, though, trying to find quality and emotion. So this is a great week for Scorpios to find something really good, or to continue building something good, or in your relationship, reestablishing a lot of those things. But I think that with this dark moon in Capricorn, again, it's going to be that stimulation thing that's causing you to lose out on any of these deeper, more quality things, like getting too curious over situations that you already know what's going to happen. How many lives do a cat get?
9?
You don't want to use them all.
12. One for each of the zodiac.
First card for this week is Temperance card reversed. Okay. You're definitely impatient. And that's cool. I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that, though, you don't want to rush into something that, doesn't have any quality to it or any beauty to it. But the Temperance card reverse also means like schedules change, or schedules might be off. So maybe, you're dealing with somebody that your schedules are off, or maybe you guys are coming from 2 different speeds. So you're going to still feel patience either way, right? Like, wait, either you are a slower Scorpio or you're a fast Scorpio. And it's like, gosh darn it. So there's a little bit this week having to learn how to gauge the speed of somebody else and find a center, or, make a deal. Like, hey, you give a little here, I'll back off a little here.
It's give and take always.
You did get the home card. Oh, and this is a 4th house transit for you as your challenge. So I think, you want some nurturing here.
Need a little TLC.
Quick.
In my life.
Or you're blocking that out, but I think that I'm feeling the quick energy, especially from the astrology. Especially since we just got out of Capricorn and dark moon in the 3rd house. You want it quick. But you got to look for quality stuff here that's got true beauty in it, not, quick, fast. And then it's like, gosh, that happened again. I lost the emotion. Like, fuck. When Scorpio gets what it wants and it eats and ingests it, it's like, thanks. So there's a little bit of the chase this week that's going to be good. Like, not crazy chase, but a little bit of chase keeps you interested this week. And then you got the Self card reversed. So I think that, it's like anybody that doesn't know who they are is going to reflect that you're not ready for yourself. So don't waste your time on anybody right now that doesn't know who they are. If they're floundering, if they're couch surfing, if they're in a van down by the river, like, this is not a time to go into that energy right now. They don't have an established bit because it's just a reflection that you're not in yourself. So this is about holding the line for quality and good things. And I think it's just minor patience to get there. Also, it's about, sure, the self card's reversed. So you're not focused on yourself as much. I don't think that you have to be. I think that the reversal is kind of like saying like, it's okay to go pursue, but it's about being smart, being like, is this good for myself? Is this good for me? And is it bringing me emotionally what's there? You get the Ace of Cups reversed. Yeah, you know, it's like anything that isn't ready to give you all the emotion, that's not going to work out for you. And you pulled the Queen of Cups reversed with the home. So you're not feeling nurtured. You really want to feel nurtured right now. And anybody who's not nurturing or who's ready to do that, and I think that's going to be the problem, is you're going to be like, well, like, I mean, we're getting along good. Like, you don't want to go cuddle on the couch or something? Like, and if they're all weird about that, that might be a little weird. So it's like you might have to go hold their hand like in the park for a minute or something to get them comfortable. But you really need nurturing right now. And anybody who's not going to show up with that nurturing, and you're going to need to communicate that to let them know. And then you'll gauge and know, maybe they were just shy. Maybe they were just shy. And maybe you're shy to say it. It's like, man, this thing could have gone really good if you would have said something, right? So maybe taking the initiative. The Temperance card reverse is like, I'm going to take initiative. I'm going to start going now. The earth is built. I'm ready to go. Like I'm done with God creating the earth in, well, the Bible says 7 days, but it could be 7 billion years, whatever the fuck it was. Like, you're just like, it's built. Like, I'm ready to go now. And I think that this nurturing thing is coming up a lot. And with the Temperance, you got the Five of Swords reversed. So you do need to try harder now to find and be more clear on where are the nurturing relationships and who is ready to give the full cup of emotion. And you pulled the sixth house. So if their life isn't ready or willing to give the emotion, and your life hasn't set yourself up, so maybe you need to do some things. Like if you really want nurturing, but like if they were to go into your bed and you haven't changed the bed sheets in 3 months, like, or your baby just puked in the bed like 5 days ago and you still haven't cleaned it, or like you need to clean up a couple things and find, especially in partnerships, you're going to need to find a routine that works, especially with Temperance reverse, especially this. It's just about schedules. There's a lot of schedule stuff. There's a lot of timing stuff here off. But I think about just communicating and saying you're looking for somebody that's ready for emotion. I know that's a lot for a Scorpio. Like sometimes Scorpios try to come off cool right now. Like, oh, no, I'm cool. But really what they want is that deeper thing. So don't be afraid to expose that, because why waste your time and wait till the end to where you find out that person's even incapable of doing that? Venus in the third in Capricorn. Well, they need to be stimulating too, but stimulating because they know what they want. They know where they're going. They know what they are going to do. Those are the people to focus on this week. And in yourself, you need to communicate exactly what you want, where you want things to go, and that will help you understand if people are really in the place. There's a lot about communication. There's a lot about if you're going to be nurtured, if you want that more deeper emotion, you got to be clear, because I think you're dealing with a lot of shy energy in yourself and others. And by making that clear and putting it out on the table, why not? What do you got to fucking lose?
Boom.
Thank you, everybody.
Now I know.
Do you have any last word? You're processing?
I know. What was that?
Were you processing Scorpio stuff?
I was processing the deep vastness that is my mind, and that is my emotional state. I did clean my house this weekend, actually, though. So,
boom. So you're all ready to go.
I'm fucking ready. Hey, someone want to come over and we go hop on the bikes? You know, we're right down to Venice.
Be a little cold tonight.
Well, you know, Saturday. I'm busy. I'm busy all week. You know, I'll be here.
I was gonna say that one video you sent me this weekend of the Santa Monica.
Santa Monica problems.
Yeah.
If you guys want to know what's going on down in Santa Monica, there's an Instagram page called Santa Monica Problems.
Did you see that guy at the church, like just pissing?
Yeah. And tasting
in broad daylight?
Tasting it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's on there too. That's on there too.
Living in LA is a trip. I'm just gonna tell people, if you've never lived in it, I mean, just I don't know, like just California, LA, it's a trip. Like, you wouldn't believe the shit that really goes on. It really goes on. That's what blows me away. It's like just how many decades or even 100 years of LA, right? And just with Hollywood, and then you get this bum life, and then you get all these crazy things that have happened, and it's just a wild place.
Yeah, there's no shortage of entertainment. That's for damn sure.
No.
You can
None.
go left, you can go right. Entertainment.
Well,
both
the
ways.
ultimate entertainment is going to be this Friday night here at the High Vibe TV studios. You can get tickets now for $20, hanging out with Craig and I as we do spiritual dance music here. You can buy the tickets at highvibe.tv and click up at the top. It'll say SDM tickets. Also, my video all about 2020 has been separated from the whole package of all videos. So if you just want to get my lecture about 2020, the era of providence, where I go into this whole entire quest, 2020 and beyond into this next decade, and all the fated stuff that is going on, I cover it in an amazing lecture. You can get it now on the paid video section of highvibe.tv. It's at a discounted rate, separate from the whole entire bundle that's with, all the other people for talking, and that's available now. So get that at highvibe.tv. And make sure that you subscribe to get my daily horoscopes and everybody else on there, and Craig's podcast and all these other awesome shows that are on here.
Yep. Check that podcast out. Yo. Search podcasts or Craig's Goodmore. Do it. Hey, do it. Do it.
And tomorrow night is Deep Astrology. So make sure that you check us out, 4 p.m. Pacific on the app if you want to watch it full without any ad stuff around the charts. And then we put it out on YouTube afterwards with that. So if you want to be a High Vibe member and, of course, get the whole show, and you can watch it live on the app, join highvibe.tv today. Thanks, Craig, and thanks everybody out there, and we'll see you on the next Deep Love Tarot.
That we will. Au revoir.